Hi, guys. I'm just going to wait for some people to hop in here. Can you guys all hear me? I know there's going to be a delay in some of the chat, so I'm just waiting to see if you guys can hear me. Hello. Awesome. How are you guys doing tonight? So I am operating out of my house down in North Carolina. My studio is not set up yet, and I am working out of a temporary room with very limited machines, very limited material, because I'm waiting for my movers to get my stuff here. And it was supposed to be here Monday, but of course, here it is Friday, it's still not here. Not very happy. So I am working out of this room. So just bear with me. There's going to be a little bit of glare, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. As you can see, I tried to box up the windows the best that I can, but there's going to be a little bit of glare. I hope you guys are okay with that. But yeah, we're going to be using the M2 today, and we're going to be using the F2. So definitely drop any questions in the comments for me, and I'll be happy to answer them. I will also answer any questions about any other machines as well. I do want to let you guys know xTool is giving away 3 $100 gift cards today. If you are on your mobile device, all you got to do is screenshot it, go into your pictures, and then click on the QR code, and it will bring up the link. I believe xTool actually has the link in the comments, and it'll post throughout as well. That's what they've been doing. But that's the easiest way to do it, is to screenshot it and then do it. And then we also have some stackable coupon codes as well. So for the US, it's going to be Beth 50. And for our Canadian friends, it's going to be Beth 70 because of the exchange rate. So that way it's equal for everyone. And I will pop that back up here. So definitely take advantage of that. Definitely register to win that $100 gift card. I know a couple people that have won it. So definitely do that. Today, I'm just going to be doing a couple of kind of easy things. I did end up getting the print module for the M2. So I am going to be doing a Father's Day kind of gift idea with that. Just to show you guys how it prints. I'm going to be printing on wood and then engraving and cutting. So it's going to be like a 3-step process. And then we'll be using the F2, and hopefully I brought the right cufflinks with me this time. I don't know if any of you guys watched last time, but I ordered from somebody who I normally wouldn't have. It was for me to try and see what I thought of their blanks, and it melted. Hopefully this is the right one this time around. I wasn't sure, but it was in my box of stuff that I had to do something for. So hopefully they're the right ones. And if they are, I'll tell you where I got them. What are you guys all doing this weekend for Father's Day? Anything fun? Let me know down in the comments. And if you guys don't have any questions, we will just jump right on in and get started. I want to show you this. I did use for my wood, I did use something called Engrave, because of course I ran a couple of tests. Let me get rid of this graphic so I can actually see what I'm showing you guys. So I did run Engrave on it. I just did a couple of thin coats on it, and that's just going to help it adhere. I did it with we go. So this is the project we're going to be making. I'm just going to refresh. And this I'm actually, it's made to go onto a tape measure. And of course, none of my glue or my type bond has made it here yet either, so I can't adhere it to it for you guys, but I will hold it up to it and show you what it will look like. But this is what we're going to be doing right here. For settings, I can actually turn all these on. I was playing around with just printing and I didn't want anything else to go. So I'm using 100% for the print for the wood, because the wood does absorb a lot even with the ink aid on it. And then the words we're going to engrave, and then I'm doing a score line. So this line right here is going to be a score, and then we'll cut it out after. My settings for all of those, my engrave is going to be 100, 220, and 120 lines per centimeter. My score, I'm doing 70 power and 70 speed. And my cut is 100 power and 6 millimeters a second. So I do have to change out the module, and I will show you guys how to do that. I'm just going to change over to this. The purpose of the ink aid, it just gives it something to adhere to, basically better, and it makes it so that the wood isn't so porous for wood anyways. I know for other things you use it for, it helps with the absorption and makes it adhere better. I think it was something to do with when I switched to sharing my screen, so I'll just have to switch mics when I do that. So to change the print module, this is it right here. This is where you would plug it in. These are all magnetic, so they clip right on. Just like that. So even when you're printing, you do still have to measure. And it's actually giving me an error. There we go. And this is going to take 41 seconds to print. And then you just take it right off. This machine is really that simple. And now I'm going to change. I'm going to share my screen with you so you see what I'm doing. So then after it prints, you change the head. You click next. I know this machine is really, really cool, Autumn. Remember to click that QR code so you can get a chance to win a $100 gift card. If you're on your cell phone, you can screenshot it and then go into your photos and click on the QR code. It will bring the link right up. And if you are interested, we do have stackable codes to buy the machines. It doesn't have to be these machines. It could be any machines that xTool offers. And the code for the US is Beth50. And the code for our Canadian friends are Beth70. And those are stackable codes. Just seen a listing for it a few ago and now looking at it, debating if I want it. And I'm thinking, yes. Autumn, I think you would have a lot of fun with it. I am. I didn't think I would have this much fun with it, but I am. Awesome. Good luck. Yes, this is the Ted Watt. And I just have to turn my fan on so it goes out the window. And as you can see, it cut right through it, no problem. So that's it right there. And basically, I have tape measures that I got from Amazon, and I would typically just glue it right on there. But like I said, I don't have any of my stuff here with me. And that looks crooked. And that's how it would go. We don't have little kids, my husband and I. We have dogs. I have kids, but not with him. So we have dogs. So figured that would be something cute. You have a recreate and tried using 3 machines to do this. Yep. Yeah, each machine is different. Each machine has its own, great job that it's with doing. I love the M2. I can't wait to try other xTool machines. You know, xTool makes a really amazing machine. It really does. I have altogether 8 of them, I think. I have the M2 here, the F2, the P3, the P2, the F1 Ultra, the F2 Ultra, and the F2 UV. What is the thickest it'll cut? I've done 6mm. I haven't tried anything more than that. That's all I've had. And I think I had to use, with the 10 watt, I had to use 100 and I believe a speed of 2. And I don't have that project. No, I don't have that project here. It's at my other house. But it actually came out really good. Like, I engraved the whole photo. I might have a picture of it, actually. I know I have a picture of it. Just can I find the picture of it? So I made that on it right there. So that wood is 6mm, and I engraved her picture and cut her slots out so I can put her collar in it. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you ordered the F2. You'll love it. It's a good machine. I actually have a lot of fun with that machine. I wasn't sure, again, another machine, I wasn't sure if I would have fun with it because I was used to the stronger machines, the F1 Ultra and the F2 Ultra, and I actually have a lot of fun with this little machine, especially doing pictures and stuff like that. It does an amazing job on pictures. Jennifer, I would definitely join some groups if you haven't already, like any of the makers groups and stuff like that. And lots of helpful people in there. Okay, now let's see if this is one of my good cufflinks. I'm manually focusing it right now. So I will go back to sharing my screen and we will go to the F2. And that button I just clicked is how you autofocus. And I am going to autofocus it too, just to see. Now this is supposed to be a stainless steel cufflink. When I did this last time with one of them, it basically melted. It wasn't this particular kind, so we will see what happens. I'm just going to do it like an initial. And we'll pick a better font. I don't know if any dads out there wear cufflinks, but I know for weddings and stuff like that, they are pretty big. I do have to change my camera. I usually do this with a few different cameras, but very limited on what I have available to me. I'm just repositioning my camera. Just bear with me a minute. Okay, that's good. So what I'm going to do is I am going to frame this to make sure it's where it is. You can go by just the camera, but it is off just a little bit. So just have that in mind. So I do always rely on my framing. And that actually looks good. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's framed. I can't tell if it's blue or purple, being colorblind. I'm going to assume it's blue though. And I am going to, you do not have to pick a material. You can, but you don't have to. It can be undefined material, or you can try to find, I'm going to try to find if they have something here close to what this would be, or close to what this should be. I'm actually going to slow it down. And we will, I'm going to stop sharing this, and actually I'm going to switch it over so you can watch it. I will catch up on the comments in a minute. I'm sorry, I say there's quite a few. And this is going to literally take all of 3 seconds. Come on, switch over. So as you can see, that came out beautiful. I did, and I know exactly where I got this one from now that I know it is the right one. I did get this from Liz over at the Laser Outpost. She actually has some amazing blanks. So that came out really good. I like that. I'm just going to catch up and see any of these comments, see if I missed any questions. Which machine is my favorite? My P3 is my favorite. I have the P2S and I love, love, love it. I signed up for my first show. That you're going to take the P2S with you? Girl, I'm all in the group's creators and demo squad too. Working on my retirement plan. I hear you, girl. Love to see the M2 engraven pens, slate coasters, cork coasters, and cutting small pieces without the support of the honeycomb. It is pretty cool. So yeah, this came out really well. I'm very pleased with it. A few weeks ago, it didn't come out so great. It was a silver, like around here was like all silver, and the black was the middle was black, and it like melted. That came out beautiful. And again, I got that from the Laser Outpost. Do you guys have any questions about any machines at all? Any of them? I can do some more stuff. Like I said, I'm limited on what I have for materials, but I do have some stuff. We can do a slate coaster here. And these slate coasters, I didn't prep them. I usually do a clear coat on top of them. Have a nice night, Jennifer. So I will try to find something over here in xTool to make on it. We'll do that. So I'm just going to set up this slate coaster real quick. I do have my own special settings that I do use for them, and I'm just going to pull them up right now. So for slate coasters on the F2, I have to make this a vector apparently. I use the infrared light. I use 100 power. (400 speed), 200 lines per centimeter. And I'm just going to frame that. That I know you guys will be able to see on this. So you can, while it's framing, you can move it around on your canvas. My whole screen just froze, unfortunately. There we go. Come on. It froze again. All right, so I'm just going to move this slate because it doesn't want to cooperate with me. And this is going to take a few minutes to do. So we can just chat and catch up on, I'll catch up on the questions. How does it look doing a clear coat after engraving? After engraving, it's gonna, what you engraved is gonna absorb that. It looks better if you clear coat it first and then engrave. You get more of a contrast. I just Jeff wanted to ask what I use for clear coating. I just use satin spray paint. Is there a decent list of settings for materials to use as a base for a test grid? It all depends on what material you're using. Obviously, if you're going to be cutting like cardstock or something, you're not going to start with 100 power. So really, it all depends on what exactly you're going to be trying to cut. What a lot of people do, and I do as well, is I will see if xTool has a recommended setting. And so let's say they say for cutting, you're going to use 90 power and a speed of 6. I'll put that in the middle, and I'll do my power anywhere from 50 to 100, and then I'll do my speed anywhere from 2 to like 12. And that's for like 3mm wood, for an example. And for anybody who's just joining us, we do have 3 $100 gift cards to give away. So just scan the QR code if you're on your mobile device. You can screenshot it, go into your photos and click it, and it will bring up the Google Sheet. We also have codes if you are interested in buying any machines today that are stackable with the sale going on. And for US, it's Beth 50. For Canada, it is Beth 70. So I'll put that back up in case you guys didn't get a chance to capture that. It is really mesmerizing. If you're doing it just as a hobby and you're having a bad day, you could just get lost in watching it happen. When engraving on slate, do you think the F2 or the F2 UV delivers the better results? So for that one, it depends on what you're doing. Something like this, a regular SVG, I would say probably the F2. Now, if you're doing a photo, and I wish I had them here with me, definitely the UV. It's going to give you the most detail. I do have a picture I can show. So I'm going to switch to this camera so you can see it. So I know I have glare coming in these windows though, and I'm sorry about that. But if this was spray painted prior, the gray area would really pop out more. Let me see if I can't find that photo to show you the difference between the UV and the Ultra. I know it's like way back. Oh, it's like really back. So that's the difference with them. So this one right here is on the UV, and this one over here is on the F2. So the F2 will get it brighter, but the UV will give you more detail. And I know you guys have to have more questions than that. The xTool sale going on is probably one of the largest sales right now. It's even bigger than Black Friday. It's bigger than the sale they had during CES as well. With the F2, you can actually save, I believe, 150 plus the $50 code. Okay, great comparison of the two. Yeah, it really is. I wish I had them both here so you could see it better as opposed to looking in the phone, but you got to make do when you're in the middle of a move. But yeah, the detail, because of how small the beam is on the UV, you're going to get a lot better detail. But if I was doing just a regular SVG, I would just throw it in the F2 for sure. Do you have a UV? Or are you thinking about getting one? On the UV is more detailed. Doesn't look like that, but I think the UV takes more time for sure. No, actually, it was about the same time. I believe each were, it was a long time ago, so I don't remember exactly, but I believe each were about 7 minutes. And I did them together, like each machine was going at the same time. And they finished, it was like just a couple seconds longer. It wasn't even that much longer. But I don't remember what machine I started first. I could have started the F2 first as well. I actually have a video on my YouTube on doing it. If that's something you're interested in learning about, it has the settings and everything that I use, and it is that exact picture that I showed you. Hello from Bostonia and oops, and hello. I switched to YouTube. Sorry for missing parts. It's all right. Jose, don't put your email into the account or into the chat. Sorry. I will get you the graphic in a minute. Take a screenshot of this and then go into your pictures and click on the QR code and it will bring up the link and you put your information in there. And it's just your name and your email that you would put in there. I'm loving my F2 UV. I really am. It's still on a truck waiting to be delivered to me and I can't wait to get it back. Have you used the IR for the M2? I have one on order. I have not. I don't have the IR. I will probably eventually get it, especially for my demo rooms. I say this now, I don't think it's something I would actually use, but I never know. I said that about the P2, the P3 IR, and I do use that sometimes as well. So I will eventually get it. It's going to take some time. I have to get my shed set up, and that's kind of the most important part for me right now. And then I have to order a new P3, and so I have a lot of stuff I have to do. When issues happen, what type of issues are they? What do you mean when issues happen? Are you afraid of doing stone engravings? It can explode. Nope. I've done plenty of stone engravings. I've done incessant into them, and then I fill them with powder paint. I've done into slate coasters. I've embossed into them. Nothing happens. I'll get it. Maybe it's only 3 watt or 5. It's a 3 watt IR. Hello, Pixel. Just like with every product, there's some issues that happen, especially when it comes down to making things. I mean, that's still very vague. You can buy bad blanks. I mean, that's happened to me before. It happened on my last live that I did. I had a bad blank from a cufflink that somebody wanted me to test to see. Basically, they wanted me to tell people about their product. Obviously, I didn't. So, I mean, yes, stuff's going to happen. You're going to make mistakes. It happens. I still make a lot of mistakes every time I do something. I really enjoyed your crosshatch video the other day and can't wait to try it out. I love crosshatch, especially for stainless steel and getting a black engrave. I do it on the F2. I use it a lot, especially on the F2. But when I do my annealing on my F1 Ultra, and black from every single angle. Does the laser go out? How easy is it to troubleshoot? What do you mean? Does it go out? Like, does it just stop working? I mean, it's a computer. It can happen. This is actually a new F2 to me because I had issues with my original one and they replaced it, no problem. So, I mean, yeah, anything can happen. Just like a car, you know, you're going to have problems with a car eventually. But these lasers typically are good for about 10,000 hours. But I mean, if you go into it thinking, you know, you're going to have an issue or what's going to happen if my blank messes up, then, I mean, you have to go into it positively. You can't go into it negative because then nothing is going to work. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, especially in the beginning. And that's why it's best to join a lot of the maker groups and everything like that out there because they can actually help you and guide you. Like in all of my groups, I share all of my settings. I have a settings app that gives people a good baseline on where to start. I have some people in my groups that are in the live right now, and they can tell you I share all of my settings and I help them out all the time. And Sandy is one of them in my group. 2012 ELF as well. Oh, that went fast, sorry. Do you have experience with the conveyor setup? If so, how do you find auto positioning setup in bulk? I don't with the F series, no. I am probably going to get one when I get my new shop, but where I was at, I just didn't have the room for all of that. So I will, I know my friend actually has a video out, Chris over at L3D, where he set up the whole conveyor system. I know he didn't also use it as much because his shop was even smaller than mine, but he just got a new shop himself. But if you check out his YouTube, I know he does have a video on it. Thank you, Sandy. She loves my Facebook groups. Kyle, be positive. If you have an order of 10, order 12. Exactly. And you always want to order one to test on. Even if you get, like, I do a lot of wood stuff, although I haven't been as much lately. It's been more metals. But if I get an order of wood, I always will do a test grid on a new order because it's a different set. So it's not the same shipment that I got, you know, a few months ago. So I'll always do a new test grid on something like that. Same thing with tumblers and stuff. Every color is a little bit different, especially from lights to darks, stuff like that. You need more power or slower speed on lighter colors as opposed to black or navy blue. Thank you, Elf. You have the best F2 group. You insist on sharing settings, and I appreciate that. Yes, there's no gatekeeping in my groups. Absolutely not. Thank you, guys. Yeah, everything is all about testing. So even like I share my settings all the time with people, and I don't have a problem saying what settings work for me or anything. But also you got to keep in mind that my machine is different. My climate is different. So like I'm now down in North Carolina. I have to do a lot of new test cards and everything to see if the settings are going to be similar or if I have to adjust anything. It's how it is. So every machine is going to be different. You might get, say you get, like dog tag keychains, the military style keychains. I get them from one place, you get them from somebody else. They could be slightly different materials. So it's you can use my settings as a starting point and then just adjust from there. How would I go about joining the F2 group? It is xTool F2 makers. I had to think about that for a second. Sorry. Yeah, it's F2. Sandy, can you drop the link if you don't mind? I don't know if I can do it on here. What software do you use to convert images or vector? I do it different. Every picture is a little bit different. So for the one with my dog, I didn't convert it to a vector or anything. It was a PNG. I had to use Adobe and adjust all the lightness and stuff because the top of her head was like, because she was in the sun. So it was like white and there was like nothing there. So I had to go into Adobe and do that, but you can actually do it right here in Studio. I get a lot of great results. If you check out my YouTube channel, Abby's Addicts Creation, I have videos that walk you through doing it in Studio. But I will do something right now for you in Studio because Studio has come such a long way. So let's get rid of that. Let me see. So I lied. I'm going to stop screen sharing because I don't know what I have for pictures. I know there's nothing bad, but I do have personal stuff. All right, now I'll go back and share my screen with you guys. So this is a picture of Miss Maisie. You can keep the grass if you want. If you wanted just her, you can do a knockout. So it would be cut out. And I know manually probably isn't going to work good. So I didn't mean to do that. So I would do an AI cutout. It does take a minute, but it's all right. And it actually took off too much of her feet. Oh, no, it didn't because her feet they're hidden in the grass. But I'm going to leave it as is anyways. So you can just click it. And say we were engraving this on, let's say, a metal business card. This is when you do want to click your material. And then you go to edit. Go to auto adjust. And automatically does it for you. And then what I like to do is I go into the adjustments itself and I will sharpen it a bit more. Depending on the photo, it's usually up to 10 I do. Sometimes I play with the contrast. Sometimes, depending on the photo, again, sometimes you need more contrast. Sometimes I need less. So it all depends. If it's like, say somebody's wearing a black shirt and I'm engraving on black acrylic, black slate, a black business card, something like that, I don't want that area, because if it's white, it means it's not going to engrave. I'll turn that contrast down a little bit and it will turn it gray. That way I know it's going to hit it, and that way it's not just black acrylic or black slate or anything like that. And that is pretty much how I do it. My test tomorrow is to engrave on the glass side of a mirror with the F2 UV instead of the silver. Oh, good luck with that. I haven't done that yet. There's never enough time in the day sometimes, especially with moving. I really haven't been doing much testing. I'm sure you guys know that. What's your opinion on the F2 better features? I have the F1 and interested. So it's a stronger machine, it's faster, and it has the camera. So you save time with the camera. I don't have the F1. I've used it when I've done shows for xTool, but I didn't like it because it took a lot of time, especially because there was no camera and I was used to having a camera. So, Sandy, did you get that link or no? If not, it's all right. I can find it right here. I'm pulling it up right now. I have this weird ring going around my thing because I don't have light in here and it's driving me insane. Engrave on the glass side will create a double image versus engrave it on the back side. See, I haven't tried any of it, so believe it or not, I have like this huge mirror at home at my other house that I have to do. I don't have to do it. I want to do it, but I got it to just play around, and I haven't yet. So I don't remember who asked for. Kyle, I just posted the link to my F2 group. All of my groups are named Maker. Awesome. I will approve you when I get off of here. Unless one of my mods does it now. Hi, Trinity Design. How are you tonight? I'm so glad you could hop on. You missed that I did a print and cut. And it's getting dark in my room. I know it is here. But where did I put my print and cut? I did a print and cut on the M2. And it just like to go on to a tape measure. You will get mirror reflection on the edge, and it's actually kind of distracting. I don't care for it. That actually makes sense. I've only done a couple of glasses on the UV, and it was when I first got it, and I was basically just testing for settings for people. You're very welcome, Kyle. I know it came out really good. I got the print module, oh my God, I want to say last week maybe, but I didn't have time to play with it. And I literally just set it up today and started doing a couple of practice ones. But I did use Engrave on it to get it to go, because it didn't run a lot, but I didn't like some of the detail like in his face around here, like especially his eyes, that like they almost look closed. So I decided to try with Engrave and it came out awesome. I was very happy with the results. Now I just have to wait for my glue to get here, and I can give it to my husband from him for Father's Day, if my stuff gets here on time. If not, he'll have a late one. Hello. What other questions do you guys have? Oh, Mexico. Nice. I am going to put the QR code up again for you guys. So if you're on your mobile device, just screenshot it, go into your photos, click on the QR code, the website, it's actually a Google Sheet, it'll pop up and you just put your name and your email in there. And then we do have these coupon codes. If you're interested in buying any xTool machines tonight during the live, these coupon codes, I think they're good until Sunday, probably midnight time, my time. And it's Beth 50 for $50 off in America, and for our Canadian friends, it is Beth 70. Yes, but when do you know how to control laser path beside one direction? Sometime. If your wood is burning because you're doing too many passes, you first of all, what machine are you doing it on? And if it's burning, it's you're hitting it with too much power and probably too slow. If it's the F2, I actually have settings to cut I think a couple of different woods. I think just basswood and birch. Oh, so if it's in the, yes, I mean, you're gonna get that with any even CO2 lasers. So what you do, like especially if it's a font like the font that I chose to do the cufflink with, I do an outline of it and make it thicker. Need to run. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Alf. We'll see you. So yeah, definitely with especially font stuff like that, just make it thicker by doing an outline and you'll be fine. But that's just what it is, because when the beam is coming down and it's hitting that wood, you're burning away material. So if you have like a 1 millimeter area of what is supposed to be left, you're burning it away. That's the only thing you can do. You guys have any more questions at all? The settings on my M2 has been pretty much right on. I haven't needed to change anything so far. Test grids, everything on the F2. Yeah, that's what I've been using is my F2 settings. Same thing with my the P3 IR. I've been using my F2 settings for that as well. I have not done any acrylic cutting yet. I do, as soon as my material and everything gets here on the moving truck, hopefully soon, I'm going to start doing a lot of testing on it. But I literally, I got this while I was down here last time. And then by the time I got back, I had to learn the machine, which was, I mean, fairly easy to learn. And then I had to do those lives, and then I just had to stop packing to come down here. But I will definitely be doing some acrylic on there. I'm going to try to get photos on acrylic and cutting acrylic and stuff like that. All right, guys, if you guys don't have any more questions, I am going to hop off. I'm ready to purchase the M2. What's the best way to order? Do you have to contact or just the website? So if you go to the website and you use code Beth50, you can save $50 off of it tonight. Kim, not sure. That's all right. Sorry to be late. I don't actually know what was the project, but I have a question. Have you ever get silicone marked, not engraved on the F1 Ultra? I haven't done silicone on the F1 Ultra. I've like removed silicone from like a pen, but I haven't like tried to engrave onto it like a Apple Watch band or anything like that. I've done it on the F2 UV though. And with that, you want to go low power, slow. That way it doesn't burn. Another funny thing, I also have P3 and I need, for example, do circles with some inner structure. Sometime I cut out circles, it falls into machine and then it starts cutting empty ear. So usually, yes, when it's cutting, it cuts the inside stuff and then it works its way out most of the time. If you don't want it to do that, I will share my screen again with you. So say you don't want to do that. You go over here. These are your layers. These are like all these different things. And you would put it in the order. So say you wanted, I got to get rid of this. It's messing me up. So say I wanted to engrave that first. It's not going to let me. Come on. Oh, because I'm on this. No. Come on, click. And you would move what you want up first. It's not going to let me move the image for whatever reason. So say you are actually cutting this and it's in the middle. And say the love is what you want to do last. So then you put them all in the order that you want them to cut. You go over to the process and hit the 3 buttons. User defined, and then do by layer. And then it changes it all over here and it does it in that order. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Did I explain that good for you? I have some 3mm black. I am going to give it a go tomorrow. Thank you, Beth. Get some rest. I can't wait to get some rest. I am so exhausted. All my days are literally running together. I actually have one more live to do. I don't know if I'm going to do it this weekend though now. It's for TikTok. So, all right, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'll just give it a few more seconds because I know there's a lag. Then I'm going to hop off. Yeah, that's a good trick. You're very welcome. And Sandy, I know I've gotten over that in some of my videos. Tisk, tisk. But yeah, that is a very good trick. You can also do it. I know for some things it actually engraves faster if you do it by user defined. You can also do it. So say you're engraving and you know how the beam goes all the way across this way. You can do it so it just does each letter by itself as well. It's going to be the xTool website. And then when you go to check out, you just put in my code. So you add the machine that you want to your cart, and then you go to checkout, and then you scroll down, and then it just says discounts and gift cards, I believe it is. And you just put in Beth 50 there, or Beth 70 if you're from Canada. But you're very welcome. Lots of great tips. Thanks. You're very welcome. I try to, teach something different every time. I didn't plan this one like I do most of my lives to very much in depth, but I mean, I did plan it, but I usually have a lot more planned, but I also have all my machines and material normally. But I will definitely make it up to you guys next time. And I also don't have any orders because I stopped taking orders a while ago as well. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off here. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me in my group, reach out to me on YouTube, TikTok, wherever. I am in the xTool groups as well, helping out whenever I can. I'll need to view their petition of the lives later. I really enjoy these lives. Yeah, it'll always be on YouTube. I know that much. It's always on my own YouTube as well, which is Abby's Addicts Creation. You just go into my lives content and it'll always be right there. Hopefully you guys keep doing it on in the future. Yes, I believe xTool is going to be doing them for the foreseeable future. I know that they have a few of us who are on here pretty regularly who do them. One of them, my friend Richard is one of them. Bev is one of them. Kerry has been doing them. I know Richard and I feel like we do them weekly, to be honest with you. But it's probably like maybe twice a month. But yeah, no, we're always here. I will do another one. I just have to get settled, so it probably won't be for a few weeks, but I'll definitely be doing more of them. It is going to be in this temporary setup for me for now until my shed is set up. All right, you guys have a great night. Again, like I said, if you guys have any questions, I'm in all of xTool's groups as well, and I help out there as much as I can. I have my own groups, and they're all makers, so like xTool F2 makers, xTool P3 makers, stuff like that. Pretty much all the machines. I do not have my own M2 group. I am helping out a couple of friends because I just have too many groups to manage at the time. So I didn't want to make them, but I am helping out a couple others. One of them, actually, I don't remember the names off the top of my head right now, but you can message me on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, and I can get those links. All right, you guys have a nice night. I am going to go eat something and hopefully go to bed. Hopefully I can sleep tonight.